See, I think Brightburn is actually how the Superman story would have really gone. It's like
Wasn't there a...
there's no reason for Clark Kent to be good.
Why is it called Brightburn?
Brightburn.
Brightburn?
It's
He's bright and he
it's
burns
his
people.
name.
It sounds like great.
It's the name he chooses as his
Okay.
being.
It's actually a more.
That's his superhero name.
What I understand is he's actually an alien super weapon of some kind. But
Oh,
yeah,
a mean alien super weapon.
no. Well, if you're a super weapon,
It doesn't help to be
it
nice
doesn't-
if you're a
I mean,
super
but
weapon.
Well, yeah,
is
because
it mean when you're actually
Yes.
doing your job?
Is the moment
You're a mean network guy.
well only
Ask
when
the guys
only
at
when
Just Host; they'll tell you all about it.
only when people try to irritate me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good call.
And that's
We
when
better go.
Bill's laser eyes come out.
Right.
I can see they don't know how close they were to your scorched earth policy now, do they? It's like, you don't want me to fix this myself. I just have a picture of all that would entail, and I think that would be awful for them.
I'm
Right.
looking at your
let's hit the
servers.
At the end, there would have been one website working hours. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way.
then I have absolutely no doubt that would have been.
There can be only one Q Highlander music.
Welcome, sentient beings from all known universes and beyond. It's time to activate your cranial downlinks and prepare to receive a raft of discussion on a cosmic ocean of science fiction and fantasy topics, interviews with local area genre devotees, and insightful prognostication by our soothsayers of science fiction, our forecasters of fantasy, and any other beings that happen to get caught in our gravity well. This is the Galactic Driftwood Podcast.
Well, hello, and welcome to another edition of Galactic Driftwood. I'm Bill,
I'm Jenna.
Charles.
John.
And I'm Seth.
and I will point out this week, in case our listeners don't know, but this week Jenna really is Jenna, whereas last week Jenna was really Audie.
They keep flipping between that dual state.
As we went around, Audie introduced himself as Jenna.
Oh.
Yeah.
As he did the time before.
Yes, it's very confusing to people on audio only.
Yeah.
Suddenly your voice changes and you have a very deep.
Audie has
deep voice.
aspirations of becoming Jenna.
Her mustache
I
is much
do
less
have
pronounced.
magnificent tracts of land. Who would not strive for that?
She has a magnificent announcement.
Point taken.
Well, that's the quote, Monty Python.
Point taken.
Right.
It's got huge
Tracks
tracts of land.
And now everyone who's only listening to audio is like, wait, where's the video?
Where can we find this video?
We could name the episode that huge tracts of land. Our viewership would go through the roof and then back down because,
Because they wouldn't get any
Yeah.
free lookies.
yeah,
No.
shame.
That's too bad.
And
Well,
even
it
though this is Driftwood
Special-
After Dark,
Yeah.
let's not have a shirtless o'clock.
After
Right.
Dark, Uncorked.
I didn't know that was something that was being run by our R&D people.
Yeah.
The shirtless After Dark.
No,
Oh.
it's a thing from college.
How
It-
about
inevitably
how
stuff
about
would
Galactic
become-
Driftwood Reactor Breach?
Ooh.
Can you
like
describe that?
It's a
Well,
drink.
It's
Oh,
more,
it's
more
a-
sci-fi.
I thought it's like all of a sudden one of Bill's alarms goes off and we start running around. But it's like, because it's not really outside the realms of possibility that Bill has a reactor on site.
Linda's dancing around now in front of the camera with the
Infractulator.
Or gonculator is what I call it. I like
Yes.
gonculator.
Yes.
Gonk.
I think John's envisioning it doing something more than it already does. Whatever
Like-
gonking is.
You mean
You don't know what a
irritating
gonk
Linda?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's a gonk droid
Yeah.
from Star Wars.
Oh.
Just
Which is-
walks around going gonk.
Yeah. It's basically a big battery that says gonk all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What were you thinking?
I mean, the Empire
I
thought,
was
like,
thinking, as with most things with you, it had some double entendre meaning.
Me? What did I do?
what haven't you done?
Thank you, Seth.
Well, I don't see any anal aspects to that thing, so I don't.
See, there he goes. Right there. He had to go there.
Straight to the butt stuff.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right. Well, so this episode, we're going to be talking about OCon, which by the time folks hear this will be right around the corner.
And that is a convention that will be at the Midwest Center in Council Bluffs.
MidAmerica Center
MidAmerica Center, sorry.
in Council Bluffs.
And when is the date? What's the date for that?
It's the end of the month, the 27th, I think.
28th,
is the last.
29th, and 30th.
Yeah, sounds right.
And we will be there.
We will be there. We will have a booth in Podcast Alley.
Whoop, whoop.
And John's kind of excited just about the whole alley aspect.
I'm confused.
Yes. And so we'll be there the whole weekend. And then on Sunday, we...
Sunday. So you got to do the voice.
I got it.
Sunday.
Galactic Driftwood Podcast and Monster Truck Pull will be happening at the MidAmerica Center.
What if it's just me pulling people on sleds?
That would be awesome. Can we get some sleds and actually have you do that on camera?
Actually,
Whoa!
yes.
The hell was that, Bill?
I was trying to get the echo for... Hello?
That was insane.
Sunday!
I like that.
Yeah,
I do.
It'll be the...
You could have worn
it'll be our panel.
What will make it funnier is if I'm dressed as Mario pulling people on sleds.
Look out at anyone who's driving a car and suddenly swerving in traffic.
Yes.
How much of these booze will bangers are you going to have to drink to actually do that? Or
Oh, I do that sober.
oh, sweet.
Yep.
So our panel is going to be on Stranger Things.
I just want to say, to explain Bill's behavior over there just a minute ago, all of these people are drunk except for me.
I am not
this
drunk,
is
sir.
not
I
true.
am pleasantly schnockered.
I am nowhere near drunk. I've had some
I've
sips.
some, because you couldn't use numbers.
I've had...
I lost the ability to
No,
use
I've
numbers.
had a few
This
sips.
is water.
I had
Yes.
some.
Some sips. Well, you don't count sips.
Says the man with the
You
hugest
count.
tankard.
Yes. And
This
no one...
is not booze.
And no one really knows what's in it.
This is tea.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
And this
Of
is
the
juice.
Long
Is it
Island
like a sip?
variety. No.
You know,
I'm pretty
John's
good.
the only one I know that brings in that tankard, and when you ask him what's in it, he says it's liquid Coke. Nobody precedes the word Coke with liquid
I
unless...
have never said that. It is not. Because, soda, I don't drink soda. So, it's like,
No,
it's 'cause it's
and
called pop.
and liquid Coke is not soda.
I don't drink any sugared or unsugared carbonated beverages.
No,
So
and that's not what that is in that jug.
It's tea. It's iced tea.
Yes, right. Anyway, so Stranger Things, we'll be talking about that. And do we want to say anything about that? Well, we know that season 4, three.
Season 3.
See, numbers are really hard today, aren't
No, because I was looking at Westworld the other day because I thought we might want to talk about Westworld because season 4 of Westworld is coming out. And I was kind of confused when I was looking it up. Is it have we seen 3 seasons of Westworld? And we had. So season 4, but they're saying 2020, but yet they just came out with a trailer for
Well-
the next season, which
Well, to keep people, they were going to make it sooner, but their set burnt down. So, they had.
You know, the robots.
Flower.
yeah,
Hate it when that
robots
happens.
revolted. Yeah, it does. So so season 3 of Stranger Things, and they do have, of course, a trailer out for that. And so we're going to be talking about what we think might happen in season 3, and
Popular theories.
Right.
We want to know what your fan theories are.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
we do.
Comment.
Yeah.
Leave us a comment. What do you think is going to
Or
happen?
come to OCon and join our panel. It's noon on Sunday.
Well, you don't get to join the panel. You can be in the audience.
There will
Right.
be an audience participation portion of the
Right.
panel.
We're going to have waffles.
Or
Why did you ruin the surprise?
perhaps
Because it just sounds good.
a waffle-like substance of some kind, like waffle cookies or
Waffles.
something.
I think
or-
you just like saying a waffles.
Waffles.
Liquid waffles.
Well, you know, there is actually liquid waffles, but they don't become actual waffles until they're in the solid form.
Yeah, they just batter until,
No, we call them liquid waffles.
what are liquid waffles?
Waffles in their liquid form.
It's just like the liquid Coke.
That's
Yeah.
batter.
The sound of that just, no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, listen, people like eating batter from like when you're making cupcakes or something like that.
Yeah,
People
you-
love
They're
eating.
not waffles.
Put little like.
No,
Because it's not
Have you
sweet.
tried it?
Do you
yes,
like freeze
no,
up some
it's
syrup
not
and
good.
put cubes of that into the liquid waffles?
Actually, that sounds kind of
Stop.
But what?
Syrup cubes. Like freeze them up,
Oh.
and into your liquid waffles you put syrup ice cubes.
Sure, if you get it cold enough.
Stop.
I don't know why is it. This seems to be physically painful to
Because
Jenna.
it's
Why?
gross. Because I can picture exactly how that's all going to taste, and it's no.
I agree. It is something that should be stopped, and basically all of the treasure of the United States must be used to defend us from the liquid waffles. But
Nobody's really tried it.
You never know.
I'm pretty sure somebody has. You just make the batter.
The next Galactic
You're too
Driftwood
hungry.
podcast, Linda, we're going to fix some waffle batter, and everybody's going to try a
No,
sip.
I'm telling you, it's awful. As someone who has actually cooked waffles, and then you're like getting a little batter on your finger, and you go to, and it's like, no.
well, you could refer to this
It's
drink
salty.
you made
It's not sweet.
as waffle batter from now on, if you want.
We could.
Or liquid waffles from now on.
could.
If, like, let's have some liquid waffles and then do a podcast for some strange reason. It's like, let's do that.
Well, you got to do liquid waffles after.
I mean, we could just put a waffle maker where all this stuff is and change
Yeah.
it to the Galactic Waffles
Ooh.
podcast.
Yeah.
Galactic waffles. Why not?
Well, we can
Why
do
don't we
taste
just-
tests at the
why don't we just eat
OCon
waffles?
We could.
and poll.
Right. Now I'm
So-
craving banana nut Eggo waffles. Those are good. Right?
Could just go with
I don't
waffles.
think I've ever had an Eggo waffle.
Neither have I.
Linda says I
Are you
have.
an American or are you a Russian
Well,
plant?
here's the thing.
Right?
When I eat waffles, they're on a plate. They're not in a box.
Because somebody else has cooked them.
Nope.
Yeah. That's straight from the patriarchy, people. Here comes Bill's waffle experience. Yes.
I thought they just showed up on a plate. I don't know.
Sir.
Were they brought to you by the stork?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Linda Newman, the waffle fairy, has brought you your waffles,
Yes.
sir.
John, please no last names.
Well, why not? We're all
Yeah.
friends here.
Kind of like, it's not like it's a secret. Unless, I don't know, do you have a double secret identity that we just can't share?
Yes, and that's what I'm going to become.
You know, that's something that I want.
You helped
One
enable
another.
this show.
I want a secret
Enable's a
identity
good word. Oh, go ahead.
that I can use for things.
You know, I did get to go through that kind of experience. It was quite
You
fun.
did?
Yes,
Yeah?
because
How'd that happen?
I was a semi-professional ballet dancer in Dallas,
Okay.
and since I was also going to graduate school and getting a PhD, it's kind of not the kind of career you want to advertise because
Indeed, yes.
Yes.
Academia frowns upon that.
yes, since most people unfortunately no belly. Although it is funny how often people hear belly but they think ballet.
Then you just don't correct them.
Yeah.
You just let it go.
Let it go. But yeah, I had a whole stage name, and because it was generally better for the clients if they thought they were getting somebody authentic. So I went by Yasmin Aysoon. And yeah, what was
That's- I think what Bill's looking for is not a nom de plume. It's more of a porn name. I think
No, you're wrong.
I
Completely
do.
wrong.
I feel that
So here's the reason why.
What's
so
your porn name, Bill?
We were watching.
You can tell us. There's no one listening.
Hail Satan, the
Ah, yes.
documentary about the Satanic Temple. And basically,
the ones who sued Sabrina the Teenage Witch because they used the similar
No,
stuff?
the ones who sued the courthouse that was putting
Yeah.
up the 10 Commandments so they could put up
Right.
the
In
satanic.
Missouri?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like those guys. They do some good stuff.
well, and it was an interesting documentary. And the guys, there's 10 tenants in the Satanic Temple. Say that 3 times real fast.
10 tenants in the satanic temple. Yeah.
10 times.
We don't have that sort of time here.
We don't. We
Anyway,
It doesn't just roll
They're-
off the tongue.
they're very humanist. But anyway, aside from that,
Do
the
not help
guy
a human.
who's in charge or who runs the Satanic Temple created an alias that he goes by. And so the funny thing is that so he's creating all these legal challenges to putting the 10 Commandments on government property. And as a result, a lot of Christians are trying to target him, to dox him or
Yeah.
whatever, right? And so they've been trying to find his real name, and so far they haven't been able to do that. So
What does he go by?
his name is, God, it's escaping me. It's kind of on the tip of my tongue. Greaves, Lucian Greaves.
Ah.
Ooh, that's a good porn name right there. Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Yes.
You
Anyway,
have a porn name, Bill.
Anyway.
I need to hear it.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so at one point in the show, they're talking to, it's like a news interview.
Yeah.
And they're talking to one of his Christian critics. And the guy's saying, yeah, he goes by this name, Lucian Greaves, but that's an alias. And we found out his real name is blah, blah, blah. And he says the guy's real name. And then it cuts to Lucian Greaves, and he's sitting there shaking his head. He goes, nope. Wrong again. he goes, this is like a double blind secret alias. So
what would you have to do to conceal your name from the public? That's
now
that
Linda
sounds hard.
did get me a book one time.
Well, if you have Satan's
How
help.
to disappear completely without a trace.
Hmm.
I think it's still in my
And you didn't
drawer
think that was
upstairs.
an actual message to you?
Yes. Well, it might have been a warning. I don't know. But anyway, I still have the book. The only problem is that book came out before the advent of the internet. So yeah.
Now you're fucked.
No.
So how does he do that? How does he drop
That's
off the grid?
what
That's
I want to know.
fascinating.
And I've been meaning to research
And
it,
he
but I
had
keep
jobs
forgetting
and
about it.
cars and keys and
Right,
stuff. And,
right.
Unless he's an immigrant.
Well, I think what you would have to do is you'd probably have to go get a new computer, a laptop, right? You buy this new laptop. You
In cash.
In cash. You only use it at public hotspots, and you only use it to sign on and create your new account under your alias, and that's how you do everything related to that person's identity. So you basically just completely have a new...
But then your actual alias has to be also completely out of...
Yes, out of
like
the other
there
one.
can't be pictures of you floating around, especially
Right.
not in...
Cosplay.
Not doing... Like, you have to keep those two identities separate.
Right. Well, and I'm sure he's not on Facebook as a cosplayer, right? Which might create problems for him because of the facial recognition stuff.
I don't know how many people have access to that facial recognition stuff. The evangelical fringe does not seem like they're all that hip with that technology.
No, but they're on Facebook, and you can do Google image searches, right? So if you
Yeah.
go to Facebook and you find the guy, or you find a picture of him just from interviews that he's done on the internet, and you put it
Yeah.
into Google or Google image search.
Well, if they're serious,
So
they might pay
He's
someone
made it
to
this
find you.
far, and then you just sold out. Basically, just sold him out to the audience.
No, I
Good
didn't sell
job.
him
We've
out.
made
You
an
said-
enemy
this is
of the
how-
Satanic Temple.
No, I didn't sell him out. That nothing that I've said
Yeah.
wasn't already in the documentary, which is out to the public. So
And if
I
he's
mean,
been able to hide from like modern society,
Yeah.
that's nothing we say is gonna like root him out.
no,
Probably because there's no one who has that type of skill set who's really all that interested in bringing him out.
right?
There's
Right.
bigger fish to fry.
Yes.
So OCon, yeah.
So back to OCon.
That was a tangent.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love the tangents we go on these after dark shows. It's like
But yeah, so OCon's going to be very exciting. They've got lots of it.
Now you mentioned that there was a guest you were surprised to see was going to be there, and who
yes,
was that?
Gigi Edgley,
And tell
who
us.
she was on
who that is.
Farscape as all of a sudden I am losing her character's name, but she was very spunky and blue skinned, and I wanted that
I
as well.
remember that now.
With the white hair, yeah, she was like a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yes. She is known for. But anyone who watched Farscape, which
Yeah.
is one of the great Jim
Well, you would
Henson
know her, yeah.
last
she
TV
was
shows.
on an episode of Star
She's
Trek
Chiana.
Continues.
Chiana.
Yeah, Chiana, that's who it was.
She was on an episode of Star
Exactly.
Trek Continues without makeup, and she.
You didn't know her.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
and you know
really
what?
didn't.
I saw her on the OCon guest list just the other day because I was looking at it to see if they'd scheduled our panel yet, which they had. And I was looking through the guest list, and I saw her, and I saw her normally, and I didn't recognize her. And then I saw her in a picture of her as her character in Farscape, and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh my God, I know that character. What show is that from? And because I wasn't a huge watcher of Farscape, I liked it. You know, I'd come
Yeah.
across it occasionally. I'm like, God, I know that. It's from some movie or something. So I'm glad you mentioned it was Farscape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
no, she's done a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
After that, I mean, USA Starter Wife, Tricky Business, Sci-Fi Showdown at Area 51, Quantum Apocalypse, Carlotta, Newcastle, Blackjack. So she's done a lot. Lost World. She's done a lot of different things.
You know, the group I'm most looking forward to seeing is that, what are they called? They've got their own podcast, Galactic Driftwood, I think.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah.
going to be there.
That's gonna be fantastic.
They're a
my
bunch
God.
of whiny bitches.
Well, one, but you know. I mean, but you know what they say? It takes at least 4 to 5 positive
One for Jenna.
experiences to negate the negative experience. So
Are you
it should
saying we're in
balance
net
out.
zero?
yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Galactic Driftwood, we're at net zero.
And liking it.
Right.
Yes. But Flash Gordon's gonna be there.
I can't wait
Sam
to see
Jones.
that.
And that is, Linda, Flash
Yeah, I got it.
Gordon.
No.
Not John's favorite porn character, Flesh Gordon.
I don't know if it's John's favorite. You tend to bring it up a whole lot more than he does.
This is the first time I've mentioned it. What are you talking
I
about?
Don't, yeah,
When
because
did I
off
mention
air,
it?
the obsessive
like-
rants you go on about
Yes.
wanting to. You wanted us all to
Right.
sit around and watch it with you.
No,
Yeah.
that was Barbarella, and we did that.
No,
No.
you were showing us Flesh Gordon as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that one clip.
That
Yeah,
one
but then you said,
clip,
but you went
yes.
looking to buy it online, so you. we could
No.
all- yeah, you did.
Wrong.
It's like you.
Why would I buy it online when I was already showing you part of it for free?
Well, that's just a dude. I mean, you wanted us.
See, I got him.
all-
I got him.
It's a valid point.
Well,
So you're saying you already have it, Mr. Person.
Yeah.
who's
I'm
not
saying I have access
interested.
to
I
it.
have access to it. Yeah.
So Jenna, back to
back
OCon.
to amazing guest at OCon, Steve Blum, who he's got hundreds of credits. Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, Wolverine from several incarnations of X-Men, the Superhero Squad show, X-Men anime. He was the Green Goblin from Spectacular Spider-Man series, Heat Blast, Grayson Hunt from Bulletstorm, Grunt from Mass Effect 2 and 3, StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. He was Abathar from that. Killer
Abathar.
Croc. Sorry, my bald.
Yes.
Killer Croc from Arkham Asylum. God, there's just, it goes on and on and on and on.
Check it out on the website.
Yeah.
He'll have done something you recognize.
Exactly. And so, I mean, even though it is said with endearment a BabyCon, OCon is really doing well for itself this year.
Yeah, I think it's in 10 years it's going to be right up there with a few of the larger cons. It's good now, but it's like
And we'll be doing our next podcast from there, actually.
Yeah.
We'll record a podcast probably on Saturday at some point. There's a group called Project Nerd that's setting up like a recording booth, and they'll be doing live streaming of OCon. So I've let them know that we're interested in being a part of that. And then they're also going to have a booth set up, so if a podcasting group in the podcast alley wants to go in there and record a podcast, they can record the audio, the video, and all that kind of stuff. So I think
Yeah.
we'll take advantage
So
of that.
this is our
They-
last podcast before that?
Yep.
All right.
Project Nerd was down at Planet Comic Con, and you were drooling over their cameras.
Yes, they had some nice cameras. Actually, correction, it won't be our last before
Right.
OCon, but it will be the last one that we record that airs before.
Okay.
So we'll record one just the weekend before, but it won't air until after.
Yes.
And then we'll record one which will air a couple weeks after.
And maybe we will record our Stranger Things panel as well.
We will record that, and we'll release it as a special edition or something.
Special audio episode. You guys are going to get a lot of good content.
Yes. Yes. And audience input, hopefully.
Yeah.
that would
But
be-
if
yeah.
anyone is looking for a first con, they've maybe wanted to dip their toes and see what this world is about. Maybe you've been a closeted nerd and you're looking for an excuse to come out and join us and be free. OCon is a good chance to come out and do that.
This is the con for that, yeah.
And you don't have to come in cosplay.
Nope,
Nope,
not at all. In fact, even though the people in cosplay do stand out, never more than I'd say 25% are actually. in.
Yeah, yeah. Most people are not in cosplay,
Yep.
and it's perfectly fine.
And the other point is there is no minimum level of cosplay required to cosplay.
You just want to wear those furry ears and that tail, you go.
Yeah,
right
if you
ahead.
want to wear that funky hat that, what's his name, wore in Firefly.
Oh,
Jane?
The Jane
Jane,
hat? Yeah.
the Jane hat.
Yeah,
Wear
just
that.
do that. Wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't
Or,
have to be
just
head to toe in a character
not, yeah.
in order to cosplay and come out.
And I mean, if all your friends are dressed up as Jedi and you've just got a kilt and a funny hat and a lightsaber, that's perfectly good.
right.
Yeah.
You could just come as a freshly kilt Jedi.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like all the milk in my fridge just went bad because of that. It's like, that was terrible. That was awful.
I think it worked quite well.
I enjoy more of the pain it causes John.
Yes.
See, but I'm not the one that went, oh, I think that one got to you a little bit. Just a little. Sir.
No, it's like you don't want to laugh, but you do kind of enjoy the craftsmanship that goes into some of these.
Right. Now, if fans of the show are going to
You're
OCon,
like saying, look at my poop. Look what I've made. I crafted this. Yes, Bill crafted this. This is what he did. Oh, you just be silent.
Oh,
It's what I
don't
do.
do that.
so if you're coming to OCon and you're a fan of the show, or even if you hate us, come by the booth and say hi. If you hate us, we might throw an egg at you.
Or just, I might put you in a Kimura, but one of the two.
But you know
Some
what?
people like that.
We're going to have
You're not bringing
eggs.
any swords, are you?
I said, no, I'd prefer to use my hands on my kill, but whatever.
Jenna likes to feel the life fade from them.
From the corpse.
Watch the light die in their eyes.
Yes. So yeah, stop by and say hi. We'll be there and be there all weekend. So we'll be setting up. I think we set up Friday afternoon, and so I've got Linda and I have the day off. What about everybody else? You coming down
I
after
can take the
work,
day
or-
off.
I'll be off, so I can.
you folks with your flexible jobs.
Yes. Well, it's called vacation time.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
As he stares at Jenna,
Yeah.
smiling.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Seth is older than me, yet somehow I've probably still worked more hours in my lifetime than he has.
I know. And I made that choice. You're like, come work for my company. And I was like, I saw what they did for you. And I was like, nah.
Hey, it's a different department. You just would have been. Never mind. Nothing more
Academia
said.
Academia doesn't seem to work weekends, so it's like, yeah, it's all good for me.
Nor drug test, but
Right.
you're here.
Hey.
Yeah. So, and then let's see. So we talked about the live streaming, the podcast recording. We'll do that on Saturday. Oh, and actually, there's a lady that some of you may know, Amelia Bowen.
Oh, yeah.
She's a big cosplayer, and she's going to be there on Saturday. She'll be dressed as a Jedi as well, I believe, on
I
Saturday.
actually was in a parade with her yesterday.
Ah,
Yeah.
so she talked about, she said, oh, you're recording a podcast. She goes, I'd love to be on it. So I said, well, we'll be happy to interview you as a cosplayer. So so we'll try to get that worked out.
She's a really, really nice person.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Wolfgar Weapons and Props. Will also be there as a
Yeah.
cosplay guest, and so will
we'll have
Termina
to
cosplay.
We'll have to probably hog-tie Jenna whenever she gets close to the weapons booth so she doesn't come back with an armload of swords.
You never let me have any fun.
Dang it.
Seth and I are doing a panel, so
Oh, yeah. Orville and...
Orville. How Orville is the Star Trek of the new millennium.
yeah.
Yeah. So that should be fun.
I need
Yes.
to watch more Orville.
When's
Yeah.
your
I need
panel?
I need to watch more Star Trek. I have not
Yeah.
actually.
Have you
I
seen
didn't-
Star
I didn't
Trek
actually-
Discovery?
No, I haven't.
Aren't
Can
you guys
can
comparing
you
and
look up the schedule
contrasting?
and see when our podcast is? Because it's like I actually have not looked because I didn't know the schedule was up. But,
Let's see. Schedule.
I'll let.
Yeah, and I you know
Seth
what
do
the funny
that.
thing is I looked at it and it says for our podcast, it says the podcast name, it's Dungeons, Demogorgons, and 11 Oh My, and it says by John Powers.
Why?
I don't know.
It's like, I didn't submit it.
I know.
I didn't. I mean,
Yeah, it
did you
should
put
say
my name on it?
by
or-
Galactic Driftwood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
so
they'll
I-
change
You
that.
didn't put my name on it, and they named it.
Yes. I
That
don't know.
doesn't make any sense.
I know. So anyway, so I sent him, when I sent him our picture, I sent him all of our names for the by hosting thing. So
There's a podcasting 101 panel that we should get involved
Well, I think
in.
we did that last year, but
We
I
might do
I,
201
I would not like. I'd like to
this
see
point.
that again.
yeah.
It's like
I think it was mostly how to get in for little to no money.
I
And we're
remember.
kind of already all in.
I remember last year we did that, and it's like we hadn't even done one podcast before we went to this panel, and you're showing pictures, and all the podcasters were like crying about how awesome the setup is. It's like, it was, and they talked to you afterwards like, "This is so sweet. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life."
We are at the Star Trek or the Orville podcast is at Saturday at 2:00.
Nice.
Why the
Good
Orville
time.
is the Star Trek of the new millennium.
There we go.
2:00.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
Does it have both your names on it?
No, just John's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine's
well,
on
I
everything.
sent it in as mine, and then you decided to do it with me, and I couldn't fix that. So
No,
sorry.
I see how it is.
We'll find out if Bill can fix it.
Yeah, we'll
Either
see.
way, 2
Yeah,
p.m. on
it's like-
Saturday and
I mean, I guess I could
12
send it
o'clock
in
on
and-
Sunday. Come
Right.
check us out.
We'll be there.
Support.
Right? And join in on the panel discussion and watch Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, I definitely think OCon is a good chance for people to come out.
It is. It's an
And-
awesome
and
beginner's
Test. This is also a great test cosplay venue, where you've got a new cosplay. You're thinking about taking it to a bigger con. This is where you test your shoes. This is where you see, does stuff hold together? Do you want a different clasp? Is it too heavy? Does it wear you out by the end of the day? Yeah, too hot.
Yeah, how does it do against Nebraska July weather?
Yeah.
And are they going to piece bond your lightsaber?
Yes,
which,
they will.
What is the purpose of that?
I
To
have
make
no
sure
idea.
that you don't cut a bovin in half, obviously.
What if I just beat a bovin with it?
Well,
Bovin.
Yes.
I don't know what you'll do if you just see a tauntaun right there. And it's like,
Or if somebody F's with my network.
Never
So,
touch
I-
Bill's
yeah,
network.
never,
Never,
Which
ever.
we will have network connectivity at our booth.
Sunday, 9:30. Cuddle a corgi.
Cuddle a corgi.
Cuddle a corgi. By the Omaha Corgi Crew. All our panels suck in comparison to that.
Yeah. The Queen would love that.
The
Well-
Queen?
Of England. She's a corgi
Yeah.
owner.
I
Well,
don't
if you
think
come
she'll
to the
be there.
Galactic Driftwood table on Sunday, you can get hugged by a sexy Mario. So
Yes, we'll have a Cuddle a Jenna event.
it'll be a hug. I didn't say a full cuddle.
No spooning.
I wouldn't have volunteered for the hug.
I like hugs.
Yeah, hugs are nice.
Random people at cons?
I am not the delicate flower you and John are.
Well, it's not that. It's just there's sometimes some rather reprehensible things that roll around cons. So it's like, you go ahead. This I would enjoy.
Hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah, it can happen. So no, it's like, because you.
We're not talking about the corgis anymore.
I can see Jenna hugging a condor and then saying, did you get that thing peace bonded?
Ew.
Ew. Yes.
But no, I'm all in on the cuddle a corgi panel.
Yeah.
So
I
you
don't
know
know
where
that I'm
you'll be
much
at
in
9
that.
o'clock on Sunday?
Yes.
I would rather see the woman who had the monkey there again.
I didn't think you were a dog person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a wildlife sanctuary
But you
out
only have
of
cats, I can-
Chicago.
That's
that
because
has
my
had
wife is a
tables
cat
at
person. My
OCon.
wife is actually a cat and
As a
only
person.
has yes, she is a cat. She is a cat and she is a cat person. And I
And no dogs for her.
yeah, no I am denied dogs.
Aw, that is so sad.
I like my cats. I
Yeah.
like them enough that I wouldn't saddle my 3 current cats with a
You mean 4?
4 cats with an energetic puppy. I may get a dog someday, but at heart I'm a dog person. I love
that's
dogs.
good to know.
Why do you think I come? I'm always looking for dogs when I come over here. I'm like, where are your
Yes.
dogs? Where are your dogs? I didn't come over
I
for you
didn't-
guys. I came
I-
over for the dogs.
I didn't know that. See, now I know why I like you.
Now you have a
innately.
dog sitter.
Yes.
Why do you think I agreed to do this podcast in the first place? I thought
Just
there
to
would
see
be
the
dogs.
Damn it. Well,
And Seth is disappointed. That's where half his rage comes from.
You promised me dogs, Bill.
here's the thing. If we had the dogs here right now, people would be listening to the podcast, and all they would be hearing is as the wagging tails hit the
Yeah.
table.
Well, no, they wouldn't see me because I'd be
on the floor
I'd
with
be
the
on the
dog.
floor
rolling
with
with
the
the
dogs.
Camera pan. You're still on the floor.
With your
Well,
good pupper. With your belly scratches. Oh, your belly scratches.
Yes.
Well, Bill's got basically you've got labs, right?
Yep.
Labs are land sharks. They don't stop moving for like 5 years after you get them. So it's like,
That's pretty much right. Yeah. The funny thing is so Winston, our male dog, he's going to be 3 in July.
Oh.
Abby, our female, she just turned 2 in April. And she's much more energetic than he is. And she's also quite the instigator. She will tease him and get him wound into a lather, and then the both of them just will rip through the yard or the house like maniacs. So we've just gotten to the point now where we think we can trust her enough to leave her out because she's been kenneled, and he's been out for about a year now. With kind of free run. So we've been leaving her out. And the funny thing is we will leave her out, and then we have cameras where we can check in and see what they're up to. And we'll see him. He'll be laying there, the sun will be beating in the window. He'll be laying on his side with his feet out sleeping. And then she'll come up to him and start nuzzling him. And then he'll look up, and then she'll get down on her front paws with her tail wagging, and then jump to left to the right, to the right, to the left.
And this is making Seth want to go get a puppy right in there.
Oh, it hurts so
And
much.
then pretty soon he's up, and boom, you can watch him run all around the kitchen. God. Yeah, so she is still an
Down,
instigator.
Seth.
But at least there's a little
They
bit.
would be chasing my cats.
I know.
It'd be so fun to watch.
I just like.
Pixel wouldn't be so fat anymore.
until
don't
the,
understand
until
how
the
much
cat said no.
to
and then-
cost to feed the
That's all
dog.
it takes.
Are your cats declawed?
Nope.
No.
Oh, yeah.
The dog would learn pretty fast.
Pretty
Yeah.
fast, yeah.
Yeah, Pixel actually learned a lesson because we don't know who he messed with, but he got a claw to the face.
He almost got the cone of shame because he kept screwing with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those cats look so sad when they're in the cone of shame.
Yeah, he
So
would have had it rough. He's on a diet right now. He would have had the cone of shame. He would have been the world's saddest cat.
Now, I should mention that Linda and I went and saw Dark Phoenix yesterday evening. And no spoilers, won't give anything away. But I will say that we liked it quite a bit. It was
Cool.
a very good show, contrary to what's
Everybody
out
else
on the
on the
internet.
internet, yeah.
Pretty much. Reddit got bad reviews from Rotten Tomatoes and some other sites, but
You can't
and it
trust
didn't
Rotten
do
Tomatoes
yeah,
anymore.
and it didn't do very well domestically, but the box office internationally, yeah, it's done very well.
Americans just they listen to reviewers too much rather than
apparently.
actually experiencing it themselves.
Yeah, and when we were at the theater, I mean,
Well.
the theater was not. I would say it wasn't
Engaged.
even 50% full.
In defense of that, the last couple X-Men movies haven't been the best.
Little lackluster.
Which is
Yeah.
unfortunate because they have really good actors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Like-
and the lady that played Sansa in Game of Thrones, I can't think of her. All I can
Sophie
think of
Turner.
yeah, Sophie Turner. All I can think of is Maisie Williams, is in it, and she did a very good job. I mean, I thought she did an awesome performance. So
Yeah, Days of the Future Past was pretty good. I liked that.
I like that. I did.
But from what I didn't actually see Apocalypse because from what I understood, that
It was a fun movie.
I did. I liked it too.
It was
I
a
liked
fun
Apocalypse.
movie.
I could tell. People say Jennifer Lawrence has started kind of phoning it in, and I felt that in Apocalypse that she was a little bit. She's like, all right, I'm out.
But to be
But-
like,
Yeah,
so
like, to be fair to
she-
her,
she
She's
got
famous
stuck.
now, yeah.
Well,
she's
not that
stuck in a
she got famous,
contract,
but
yeah.
she got stuck into it. And from what she said, it is torture
Yeah.
getting into that makeup.
I have
Like
no
I
doubt.
don't,
that
I don't know
makeup
how
is-
often was she actually in blue skin for this.
quite a bit of it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because I would say from the bit of the previews I've seen, her skin makeup is not nearly as good as some of the other movies. And I just wonder if it's because like she had enough.
Maybe.
Maybe.
yeah, that makeup routine is hell from what I
yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
I do not blame her for
It's 4 to 6 hours.
yeah
At least.
Yeah.
sitting still.
Like I get pissed off enough if I have to do both my hair and my makeup in the same sitting. Now you're gonna ask me to like paint my skin and airbrush shit.
No, let a dozen people do that and apply little blue things
Every day.
Yeah.
in exactly the right spot so that it's the same spot that it was in every other shot.
Right.
Yeah. I guess
would
the
be good.
compliment of saying you're gorgeous enough to be a young Rebecca Romaine Stamos, who even though she's no longer Stamos, we want you to play this role. probably would wear off pretty quick with that.
Yeah, right. I wonder how long it took Data to get into his makeup. I mean,
I'm guessing they just like shook the spray can and
it would have gotten in his hair.
Yeah, I think
had
he's
him
all
wear a net.
foundation and no contouring.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. Which brings up the thing
Either that or they.
John's been talking about lately with the new Picard series and rumors that Data might be in that. And you said, how is that possible? Because obviously the actor has aged since his days on Next Generation.
They could just have him do the voice and like some other actor fill in. They green screen the face.
All right, but I mean, look what happened with the CGI they added to Rogue One. It's like I thought Tarkin and Leia looked fine. It's the best Tarkin and Leia you're going to get, but there's so much complaining. So are these fanboys going to whine about CGI Data?
De-aging that was really good. I'm trying to remember what movie I recently saw.
Captain Marvel.
Suspiria? Holy goddamn.
Captain Marvel. They de-aged.
Samuel
Oh
L.
yeah,
Jackson.
yeah. They did a great job in Samuel L. Jackson.
No,
in that.
Suspiria, Tilda Swinton did 3 characters, and one was an aged, haggard witch, and the other was actually an old man who was a Holocaust survivor. Huh. And I had no fucking clue it was Tilda Swinton until the end. And I was like, until I read a review, and I was like, oh my god, that's how amazing she was.
What was it about? So it's a movie?
It's a movie. It's a remake of Dario Argento's film from like the 70s. It's really well done. It's about a bunch of witches who are using a dance school as a cover for their coven in 1977 Berlin.
Wow.
So you've got the politics of East and West Germany, and like a lot of a lot of the analysis relates it to power and what people do with power and when they abuse it versus helping others.
Huh.
Yeah.
And it was just a standalone movie?
Yes.
Okay.
For now.
Huh.
For now.
Interesting.
Yes. But it was
that out.
really well acted, and if you're a horror aficionado, and it's one of those things where you can love Dario Argento, you can love his
horror.
original.
The audience was confused.
It's okay to love horrors too. It's legal in some countries.
Aficionado.
A horror aficionado.
See, yeah. Well,
A horror or aficionado.
John's right here, and
And a little side note, down here at Lowe's Home Improvement Center,
Where are we going with this, Bill?
the M is burned out of home. And so we went down for ice cream
looks
last
like
night.
Ho.
We're walking by and it says Home Improvement Warehouse.
Oh, we're all grown ups.
Yes. So yes.
Well, there's an Asian restaurant that has a sign that says like 3 happiness, and it's like the part of it burned out, and now it's like 3 penises. So it's like I love driving by that. That's just like, yeah, look at that. That's neat. Need a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's a great. It's on Amazon Prime. So if you're a Prime member, it's free to you.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yes.
Katie will like that.
If you love dance, you'd appreciate a lot of how that's incorporated too. It's very powerful, and a lot of ode to 70s Italian horror films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Which, speaking of horror and our love of that, don't look under the bed. Don't be afraid. Come play with us.
Oh yeah, the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast.
Those guys, yeah.
We're
I
gonna
love
do
those
a
guys.
we're gonna do a thing with it. Are they going to be at OCon?
I don't know.
don't know.
I'll have to
It
ask
doesn't
Vinny.
matter if they are or not. Just someday come
They'll
play
have a
with
list of the people who are going to be at in Podcast Alley on the schedule.
Yeah,
Do-
no, I haven't seen it.
Do they?
Well, then
I
they
looked,
might
it's
be.
not there.
Schedule.
Maybe shoot Vinny an email.
I mean, there's no list of podcasters. There's nothing about Podcast Alley on the website.
Nothing?
Nope.
No, I don't see anything on the schedule. Maybe it's under guests.
No, I looked there too.
They might still be filling it out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Huh.
I
I don't know what
I
kind
was
of
a little bit surprised not to see it because we're less than a month out.
do people
like
come
3
to
weeks
see
away.
the podcasters?
I mean, Planet Comic Con didn't
Well,
get theirs
but-
out till like.
Yeah,
Week
but
four.
I think I mean, if you're going to have podcasters there, there's people that listen to those podcasts that would be fans that would be interested and said, "Oh,
Yeah.
Galactic Driftwood! I've always wanted to meet those guys in person."
Hurt. You're going to have to list them somewhere anyway. So
You would
yeah,
think.
why not put it up? Yeah.
They probably will. They're just probably running late. It's probably a volunteer thing.
I'll bet it's. I think it's probably more going to be in the in the handout,
Oh, the
the brochure, the promo.
Brochure.
But yes, there's a lot of good horror coming out. Now you've got me self-conscious about how I say it.
Maybe that's
Horror. Horror.
Now you're making fun of my speech impediments.
No, I'm not.
Is that a speech impediment?
Actually, I do have a slight speech impediment from my childhood. But
But it only
I
comes out
overcome.
when you try to say horror.
No, it comes out nothings. The way you used to say check, so it comes out like chuck.
What?
So
That's
What?
still the same.
That sounded exactly the same to me.
yeah, no, I've said chuck.
What?
What?
Yeah, there you go.
I
Check.
There's check and then there's chuck.
what?
Is it like?
What?
Are you saying it like CHUCK? Okay.
I never pronounce those differently.
Chuck, check. Yeah,
Check.
there's different. But anyway,
I may not be able to say it the way I used to say it anymore because I actually had a babysitter sit me down through hours of like repercussions if I didn't say stuff correctly.
I think I saw that movie.
No, right?
yeah.
So do we need to sit down all Canadians and teach them how to say about? Is that
Yes.
what we're saying?
Or maybe they
You
need
leave
to
the
teach
Canadians alone. They're nice and they put up with enough shit.
us. Right.
Canadians are lovely people. They
Yeah.
are.
And they haven't yet put up a border
And
wall.
you know you're going to want refuge there at some point
Yeah.
if
Right.
things
I
keep going the
want
way
it
they
now.
are. So
Yeah,
want refuge now.
You're not gonna do well.
It's a boot
unless you
time to
can't
go
get-
to Canada, eh?
Yes, right.
Remember, it's Z
Right.
and zebra.
Right.
Not Z.
Right.
what?
It's
The
Z,
way you
not
pronounce,
Z.
the way Canadians pronounce
I'm going
Z.
south. I ain't going north. I've been to North Dakota in winter, and knowing how it reacted, there ain't no way I'm surviving Canada.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you can
There's
drink
better
the-
food in Mexico anyway.
That's also fair.
Not for me, because I'm not a big Mexican food.
And the water is
You
wonderful.
get the fuck out, Bill.
I'm not. I'm
Well,
Mexican food.
see,
and Maine,
south,
no.
south,
You
they
know what
got
the problem
tequila.
is?
Bill
North,
doesn't like
Mexican food?
vegetables.
Vegetables. Too many
Yeah.
vegetables.
I have to agree with
How
I
dare
know.
you?
I have a non-aggression pact with vegetables.
Bill.
I don't eat
Bill
them.
and I share a 5-year-old palate. It's like we don't eat like good for us, but it's like we're not big veggie fans. Like just not. And there's nothing wrong with people who do like vegetables. Don't get defensive.
Listen,
It's okay.
so my
I'm
brother.
not offended about him not liking vegetables. I'm offended he doesn't like Mexican food because
Well, there's a lot of vegetables in Mexican
Well, listen.
food. It's a
No,
side effect.
okay. So I will say that there's a restaurant here in town, Maria's Mexican restaurant, and they make a beef and cheese burrito.
is it Bonita?
Maria's.
Marie?
It's Maria's restaurant. It's a beef and cheese burrito. It's over in Papillion.
Ralston.
Yes,
Yeah,
the other Papillion.
Papillion.
Ralston.
Yeah.
And they put a nice gravy on it. Oh, it is to die for.
Which sounds worse? Which sounds worse, Jenna?
Mexican food with gravy?
Oh,
The only thing that should be put on Mexican food is queso.
Well, here.
yuck.
Which sounds worse, Jenna? Does it sound worse like I don't like all the vegetables in Mexican food, or I love Mexican, Taco Bell is great?
You see the you see the smile
There was a nervous
disappear
tick
from
on her
face.
face. It's like it's just like she's. It's like- which one's better? Which one? Which
Jenna's
one's
gonna
worse?
murder you guys with
I
enchiladas.
love Taco Bell.
No,
I
they
love
don't deserve.
Mexican.
They don't deserve my enchiladas, Seth.
How else are you
Do
gonna
they have
convert
vegetables
them?
in them?
Nope, it's fine. It's fine.
Enchiladas?
Is a vegetable.
What? I've never heard of an enchilada plant. What the heck is wrong with you?
Good God! If I only had an enchilada plant, that would be my favorite plant.
More than a money plant.
Right next
Yes,
to the
more than a
taco
money
bushes.
plant. Because you use money to buy enchiladas, why not cut out the middleman?
So I take it enchiladas have vegetables in them.
Got to pull the
They can.
churros out of the tree because there's the churro plants.
No,
I will eat pretty much any Mexican food that doesn't have vegetables.
So you'd like an enchilada.
Yeah.
If it didn't have vegetables.
Jenna's
So-
just done with you
Yeah,
now.
it's like-
It's all right. I'll be fine.
I can
I'll be
see
fine.
her putting. I can see her putting your name on the list.
Yes.
But I don't.
She'll be like Arya in Game of Thrones every night. She'll be reciting her list of names.
Why
Bill.
does there have to be this exclusivity? It's like, I mean, we don't want to stop you from eating all the Mexican
No,
food
that's
you
fine.
want.
That's
It's like,
fine.
It's fine. That's fine, she says.
Fine.
It doesn't look fine. It looks terrifying. Kind of. It's like you got this gleam in your eyes, like that only ends with death. It's like,
Well, listen, we're okay because Audie hasn't brought any of his sharp instruments with him tonight.
I know. He thought he.
I think you missed the part where Jenna said she likes to use her hands.
So anyway, see y'all at OCon, and don't look into the bed. Come hang out with us. Because Child's Play's coming out, and Mark Hamill plays the voice of Chucky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill does a good, scary voice.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He is the
Yes.
only Joker.
He is the only Joker. Well, I mean, Jack Nicholson, but he dialed it in, but it was still fun.
could you see Hamill playing a live action?
Probably not a... maybe
He's
not a...
not at this age.
No, I wouldn't write it out because he did Trickster on one of the recent seasons of The Flash. He was really good at that, which is basically the Joker just without the makeup.
What about older Batman? Joker's in the Arkham Asylum, and
Oh, only if Michael Keaton plays older Batman.
Yeah, Batman Beyond.
that would be great.
Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton as old Batman.
Yes.
Yes, I love it.
Nerdgasm.
Who should
Yep.
play Terry? Do you guys know what Batman Beyond is?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Well, obviously Jenna does. So,
But here's the thing. Here's an opportunity to open it up.
well, let me explain Batman Beyond first.
Okay.
So, back in the 90s, there was the Batman show, the Batman cartoon show, which got a lot of kids like Jenna and me into Batman.
No,
It
I was into Batman before Batman Beyond. Thank you, good sir.
Fine. What? Fine.
Good
fine.
sir.
It was it. They made it in response to the Michael Keaton Batman movie. They needed a cartoon show to go along with it,
Right.
and
It's like a film noir style of animation, which is amazing.
and they who is the Batman's voice in that? I can never remember.
That arm you just
Anyway.
saw was Audie, our serving wench.
Anyway,
He
so
looks fabulous in a drindle,
Batman the Animated Series went on for several years.
especially known for his art from Todd Aaron Smith.
This is the one that had the old Batman.
Yeah, and Batman Beyond was a show that took place like 80 years after Batman the Animated Series in a future Gotham, and Batman had effectively retired, having fought crime up until he
His
could no
90s.
longer fight crime. Yeah,
TRT can only take you so far.
yeah.
TRT.
It's a testosterone
Oh,
enhancement stuff.
gotcha.
So Batman has retired, crime is coming back to Gotham, and
Testosterone replacement therapy.
Terry McGillis.
Yeah, you're thinking of Monty Python, Terry.
Yeah,
Gilliam.
Terry McGillis is like a teenager who runs afoul of the Joker gang, who is just like a gang that's emulating the Jokers, and ends up getting chased into the old Wayne Manor and stumbling into the old Batcave, and finds like Batman's
stuff.
Yeah, he finds all the stuff. He like puts on Batman's last suit, which was basically Iron Man by way of Batman.
And it fits perfect.
Yeah, of course it does.
Yes.
But
So was it the Batman v Superman suit?
no, way cooler.
Oh, wow.
Way cooler. It's more like the Iron Man suit in Endgame or Infinity War. It's that level of cool.
Cool.
And then Batman's like, you know what? There needs to be a new Batman in town, and decides to train him. And he's like old, grizzled Bruce Wayne Batman who's just like 100% done with your shit.
Wow.
Which is why Michael Keaton should do that.
And it was a fantastic show.
Some of us
Please,
still miss.
Mr. Keaton, please.
Some of us still miss a Batman where they spell out "pow."
Yeah.
The Adam
Adam
West
West
Batman.
is good Batman.
Yeah.
Adam
The
West
Batusi? You
it's
missed
still-
the Batusi.
he's the
do,
first
I do.
Batman I saw, and he like actually kind of. I couldn't take Batman seriously for a number of years because that's the only Batman I knew, and
Right.
so
Was it the bat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all of it. It was the whole, it's like I remember one episode. It's like Robin fell with his hands tied behind his back down a building, and Batman had a roped batarang and he caught it with his teeth, and they pulled him up and says, "Holy dental hygiene, Batman! Brushing my teeth saved my life." And I'm
But
like,
that Julie Newmar as Catwoman.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
very nice.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the Joker with his little stash that had been painted over.
Yes.
Forgot about that. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's better than CGI. Like,
Yeah, that is
thank
true.
you, Henry Cavill.
It worked a whole lot better than Henry Cavill's CGI'd over lip.
Let's not. We're not gonna go there.
We're not. We
No,
just
let's
did.
go
We
there.
just went there.
I'm still angry.
I don't know how he did that because he had to have a contract, didn't he, with Warner Brothers? Because this is a big deal, but so he wants to do another movie, so we're going to let him have the mustache.
Just shave it off, man. It's
Yeah.
Justice League. This is
I
the
mean-
showrunner.
I know. It's like, how do you not just have makeup put on? I mean, it would have been
Shave it
cheaper.
off. Couldn't they? I mean, if Jennifer Lawrence can sit in a chair 6 hours a day getting makeup put on, can't they put a mustache on Henry
Like,
Cavill?
all I'm saying is, it would have cost the people who did Justice League less money to pay the makeup artist on the other movie he did to do the mustache
Yeah.
than
Fake
to
it.
CGI
Yeah.
cover
Yeah.
that mustache.
That and what other movie did he need that for that was bigger
Oh,
than
it-
Justice
It
League?
wasn't bigger. It was it was a secret agent movie. God, it
that
looked.
no one remembers.
Yeah,
I
don't
remember
what it is.
wanting to watch it.
And do you know the name of it now?
No.
Did you want to watch it because it was good, or did you want to watch it because this is what Henry Cavill actually, destroyed Justice
No,
League over?
it looked
I was going to say
funny.
destroyed. I mean,
Well,
there was
it
a lot of
another
things that
factor.
destroyed.
There were other factors involved too, but that sure didn't help.
No, it looked funny.
Was
That-
it Man from Uncle?
Huh?
Was it Man from Uncle?
Was it supposed to be funny?
Maybe.
mean-
It might have been.
I mean,
That voice is the serving lunch in the audience. So yes, yes.
Stop calling audience wench.
Well,
He's not dressed for the occasion.
No.
Oh,
we don't want him dressed for the occasion.
fun fact: according to IMDb, Henry Cavill is only 1 year older than me.
Wow.
well,
Wow.
So he's 25.
Oh, Bill.
Bill, quit flirting.
that was
I
yeah.
think it's my turn.
Oh my God, it's true.
What?
Henry Cavill actually is going to be The Witcher.
Yeah.
Duh. He's
I
been-
thought that
it's
was another like.
The
No.
Witcher.
That's
What's The
been-
Witcher?
It's a video game that they're bringing to live action,
Oh.
and it's actually
It is the man from Uncle.
It looks
Yeah.
like it's going to be good too. I
mean-
think he can nail that, but it's
Netflix
Like,
is coming out with a lot of good shows.
Yeah,
They've
they are.
got The Witcher coming out. They just announced a show on Magic the Gathering.
they're the only ones that are going to be able to compete with Disney in the new paywall world that we're going to
Netflix, you mean?
live in. Yeah, Netflix.
Well, what about Amazon?
What about them?
They can compete with Disney.
Ooh,
They-
Good Omens.
But they,
Good Omens. Who's
I
I
seen
need
Good
to see
Omens?
Good
I haven't
Omens. and we
seen
need
that.
to talk
They're
about
throwing
Good Omens.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
I need to see that, and we need to
But-
talk about this.
But
Yes.
they're only throwing out little trickles of stuff. It's like Netflix is doing a full court press.
But they've got The Expanse now. And they're
Yeah.
picking up new stuff all the time.
Then they better start rolling it out because when Disney Plus comes out, this is going to change the whole game, and that's only a few months away.
Yeah, because
So-
Disney bought Hulu.
Yeah.
So they've
Yeah.
kind of own a streaming platform now.
So the
They'll probably
paywalls-
just co-opt all that
That's
technology
what I'm
and turn it
thinking.
into Disney Plus,
That
which
was
will
my
simplify
thought.
things for me
Yeah,
because
well-
I don't want to subscribe to Disney Plus and Hulu. What?
well,
So I had no idea. In the movie Immortals, he played Theseus,
Who? What?
Henry Cavill. Because I remember seeing
What the
Immortals.
heck's Immortals?
I thought that project was canceled.
Now you've done
Nope, it totally went through.
Where is it?
To lead the fight against the ruthless King Hyperion, Mickey Rourke. Yeah, no, I totally saw that.
Well, where is it? I'd like to see it.
It was from 2011, good sir.
Well,
It's out there. It's
Who's
out
got
in-
it now?
it's in the
I
mail.
mean,
It's go see it. I don't know. It's on IMDb.
Let's go see it.
Like find it,
it. Do a search.
But no, seriously, Good Omens
Yeah.
is really good.
and I need to see it.
I haven't
because-
seen it either.
And then I want to
I have
have
not either. I'd like to see it.
my SO's sister, who's a huge Catholic school teacher, watch it.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
like in the very
Is that a kind of a wicked kind of desire? or what?
Yes.
No, never.
yes,
Kind of.
So Neil Gaiman, the author of the book Good Omens, well, co-author because it was Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, and it's genius. If you haven't read the book, read
You
it.
mean graphic novel? I thought it was a.
No, it's a book.
But I must have saw the graphic novel in Barnes & Noble the other day.
No, it's just book. Read
Okay.
the book. It's terrific. I've read it like 3-4 times.
Huh.
But
So this whole series is based on one book?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it's
Well, you
six
should take a series to do a book
six-
anyway.
It's 6 1-hour episodes. Some stuff they had to cut, some stuff they add because it was kind of written for the times, cassette tapes as opposed to CDs and cars, that sort of thing. But so Neil Gaiman has been getting clapback on Twitter for like the first 5 minutes of the show.
Yes.
Because the first 5 minutes of the show is Adam and Eve leaving the Garden of Eden.
And they're black.
And they're black.
God's voice is a woman's voice.
As they would have been.
Yeah, exactly. But
Of course, because God is Alanis Morissette. If
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We should do a voiceover for that.
That thing that we want to do.
No, that
stuff
classic
that-
Kevin Smith movie.
Oh, Dogma.
Yes, we
Yeah.
should do a Dogma.
Dogma is awesome.
I haven't seen Dogma in so long.
Oh, yeah.
No, in so long. I've seen
I
it.
think you would have a renewed appreciation.
I probably would have a renewed appreciation for it.
I think it ended up being just like we did when Worlds Collide. I think we'd all just be right there, loving it, and then, drawing in our own little pieces.
I'm okay with that.
But, yeah, so Good Omens, see it. It's very, very
Now
good.
it's on Netflix.
Yes, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
And you would appreciate this. David
Amazon,
Tennant
sir.
is Crowley.
Yes, I heard that.
Amazon.
Amazon, yes.
It's on Amazon.
It's Amazon.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Amazon. Okay, we got that. Jenna's exasperated.
That sigh was just a little bit too long and drawn out.
That's the depth of her exasperation.
Go ahead and do it again. Give me the eye roll this time.
No, you don't deserve that.
I'm going to throw this out again, but I think we all need to see Zardoz because it's insane. It's absolutely insane. It has, the structure is absolutely bizarre, and it's like if you thought When Worlds Collide was time centric, there's no time centric for this. It absolutely makes no sense in any era. It's insane.
Does it have a point?
I mean, is it just a
I mean,
cash
is
cow
it-
for the studio? Because, there's a lot of movies that were just thrown out during that time period to just snatch money. Just
From
for
Star
a
Wars?
genre.
Is there entertainment value, or is it just like watching a train wreck? You do it because you can't turn away.
Both, actually. It's at once you're looking
As
because
someone who works for the railroad.
Sean Connery right off of the Bond, and it's like
Okay.
and it's like I was wondering. I thought maybe
I'd rather
he's
see
like,
Sean Connery right off of Mr. Universe.
I don't know what that means.
He was Mr. Universe at one point.
All right. Well,
That's what that means.
He's-
Do you
He
not
probably
know
could
it?
have pulled it off.
Do you not know Mr. Universe is like the weightlifting competition,
Yeah.
like bodybuilding?
I do. I know
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was once.
Yes, and Sean Connery was
Connery
before.
I
was?
did not know.
Yes,
that.
he was.
That's
Well-
weird, and you're way too happy about that. You're just like shimmying in your seat over there.
Who doesn't? Okay, so Sean Connery is 300 years old, but he's still a stud. So,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Unfortunately, he's also an asshole. So
I
Is
think
he?
I think he'd make a good
I
Batman.
never met him. It was like, but if you see this movie, he's like right off a Bond, and you'll be like, what made him do this? And it's
money.
like, an interview with him says that he actually enjoyed making this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
and
Because I heard he hated it.
No, that's like I was looking for why he did this, and I could not find out. I did find an interview with him and Borman, the guy who directed it, and it's like he seemed
Oh, maybe he was just doing it because it was a studio contract and he had to build it up.
I think
Yeah.
you have to see this. It's kind of amazing, and it's
We're
weirdness.
our timekeeper's telling us that we're over time.
Shocker.
significantly, from what I heard.
Well, she says significantly, but I don't think it's significant. I think it's a little bit.
I was thinking the Mario music when it speeds up all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
All right, well,
That would be cool. Actually,
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
that just came out of
Ooh, we
nowhere.
could set up a timer with that as the music.
I wanna-
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yep. No, I do
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
want to apologize to the audience real quick for my coughs. the trees of Omaha, Nebraska are fucking off the wazoo and releasing twice as much pollen, and the grass pollen is terrible today, so I'm dying. I am dying, and I am sorry.
Jenna is a victim of tree sex.
And grass. Grass pollen is terrible.
Plant sex. Just plant sex.
The whole woody thing.
I'm sorry, audience. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not. No.
No, she's crying.
It is. We've had a lot of various noises from over here today that should go away, but
No, I like those noises.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good noises.
All
We got to
right.
keep the
Yeah,
peanut
ruled.
gallery happy.
So, OCon folks, by the time you read this, come see us. Hello.
yeah, it'll be like
Yeah.
just days. It'll be less than a week before OCon, I think, when this comes out. Maybe.
Yeah, come be a part of the show.
Yeah. We'd love to see you.
Love to see you.
12 o'clock on Sunday.
Yep.
Yep.
And we'll be there all weekend. In
And don't
Podcast
forget
Alley.
the amazing podcast of John and Seth.
No,
Yes.
I don't know if it'll be a podcast.
No, it'll
The
be
booth, the panel.
Oh, well, the panel, not podcast
Right.
panel. It's both starts with a P. Meh.
Seth, you got to see Star Trek Discovery, man.
Well, yeah, I probably do.
you got to see like all the MCU, don't you?
No.
Yeah.
I only have like 3 movies left to watch.
I know. I'm with Jenna.
Three.
We're supposed to be talking Endgame today.
I felt your pains for that noise. I did.
Jenna, once again, just with me. Just
I
like,
can't.
Yes. That's how
I
felt
cannot
too.
roll my eyes any harder, or I may give myself another concussion.
All right, I'll get on it.
So I was
yes.
taught.
You had one job.
I had an end game experience. I don't think I shared this last
Oh.
time.
Ooh.
Well, I got invited.
to have it today, or
No,
is
when
it
I
later?
watched the end game, I got invited with a group of people came to Omaha.
Yeah.
They had all made plans to go see Endgame, and the trip out here was a little rough, so all but one of them canceled. So we had these tickets, just me and
thanks,
one other
Linda.
person, and like 6, 7 seats
Yeah.
reserved in a packed theater with our row, just us.
Yeah.
Wonderful. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Plenty of room to relax.
Yeah, there's nobody to
Elbowing
either
you.
side.
Sure.
Yeah. So it was on a cheap. It was like on a cheaper Tuesday night, and I'm now tempted. The next time I see a movie,
Just
I
to
might
buy a whole row.
at least get 3 seats.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
One for your popcorn bucket, one for your pop.
yeah.
Flip that armrest up and just.
That's for your dramatic pauses right there. Come on, just gonna hit you with this hammer.
Well, you got to have dramatic pauses. It makes it more
pausing?
dramatic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, let's wrap it up here
Something to think
because we're.
Overtime.
Because Linda is done with us.
It's after dark overtime.
How much time have we done? It's
I don't know.
we're
Oh,
overtime.
We're at an hour
quite
and
a
20 minutes,
while.
sir.
Yeah.
Hour and
That's
20.
our usual, isn't it?
No.
Well, it is our usual before Jenna started like.
I think that was recorded.
I thought you guys were generally at an hour
Oh
before I
no,
started.
Yeah, an hour.
we used to do hour and 20 minutes standard on the first like.
The jury is disagreeing with you, but
All right,
the-
wrapping it up.
Look at the first
Cheers.
year.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at OCon.
hey.
Toodles!
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Galactic Driftwood Podcast. For more information and past episodes, please visit our website at galacticdriftwood.space or subscribe to us on YouTube. And now, please deactivate your cranial downlinks, collect your towels, and be sure to watch your step as you exit our gravity well.